My skin is struggling right now because I was eating too much oil this weekend. It's so quiet upstairs. Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is Wednesday, so hopefully you guys get this video today at some point or tomorrow. I'm sitting in a new spot. I never sit up here. I always sit back there or I just stand in the kitchen. So I thought we'd mix it up today. So welcome back. I'm doing like a sit down-ish video with you guys because it's been a year since I started the STARCH Solution, and I thought I would do like a what's going on now type of video. I know there's been lots of ups and downs from last year till now. I quit for a little bit there, and then now we're back. I gained some weight, and then I think I lost some weight. I have no idea. So we're gonna cover all that right now. Okay, so first thing I would like to address is this camera angle. Okay, so first thing I'd like to address is for anybody out there who was vegan already, it's not that crazy of a transition. But anyone who wasn't vegan and was like, okay, I need to get healthier and I'm gonna do the STARCH Solution, if you picked that over like keto and like no carb or whatever, I don't even know the fad diets anymore, but if you picked STARCH Solution, kudos to you. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I have the book, this book, which I believe I have it linked in my Amazon store. If not, I will link it separately below so you guys can get your hands on a copy of that book. It's amazing. So back to what I was saying, for those of you guys who just pick this diet over the standard American diet, congratulations to you. I know that can be extremely difficult because it was a transition period for me, someone who was vegan, but like you're looking for the labels, you're looking for, okay, is there what are we looking for, like dairy, gelatin, milk, eggs, like all those things. But now to add oil on top of that, and like coming from somebody who doesn't necessarily check the ingredients, but maybe like the calories or maybe the carbs or like the protein, it's a big transition. So if you are doing it and no one has told you lately, congratulations, I'm proud of you. It's not an easy switch over, so I just wanted to start with that. Okay, so I will say that eating this way has made me more creative than ever. Just even something as simple as like sauteing vegetables, you can't really do that because like, I mean you can, but you can't do it the same way. So for me anyway, I would saute vegetables in like that Sprite oil. It's like 0-calorie Sprite oil, but no oil. So I started sauteing them in water, and then I randomly had some vegetable broth left over one day and was like, this is perfect. So you just have to get really creative, or just watch videos where other people get creative. Another thing is I wrote a book a while back, maybe like 2 years ago probably at this point, that was like workouts and recipes, and they were all vegan of course, but they weren't whole food plant-based, and they had like oil in them. And I was talking about like my favorite like plant-based sausage and stuff. And so I'm working on a new one right now. And tell me if you guys would be interested in something like that, or if you're interested in like just the workouts or like both. Should I do them together? I don't know. I'm thinking about it now. I'm writing it. It's taking a while because I want to give you guys enough recipes. Honestly, I should go back and refer to the last one and then just make my favorite recipes whole food plant-based. So let me know if you guys are interested in something like that. Another thing that I realized, which I talked about a little bit, I think, because I recorded some clips but I hated the video, so I didn't finish it. But eat on your own schedule. Like yesterday, I think it was like 12:30 something when I ate my first meal. And other days it's like I wake up and I'm starving. So I just try to listen to my body. Obviously I have like the routine where I drink water, I have my vitamins, my probiotics and stuff, but really I just try to listen to my body and eat on my own schedule, and not like, okay, it's 7 a.m. eat breakfast, it's noon eat lunch, you know what I mean? Like that. I don't go by that, and don't feel like you have to do that. With that being said, how I mentioned that I just go for my body cues and my signals. Okay, I feel hungry, I'm gonna eat. Okay, I'm full, I'm gonna stop. If you struggle with that, calorie counting when you first start the STARCH solution is not a bad idea at all. It just gives you an idea of like where you should be at, and like, okay, this is the size of a meal, and like this is how I should feel. This is what full feels like, you know? And I say, like, I don't know, in the beginning, when I first started, I had to teach my body, or I had to teach myself how much was okay, you know? And so I did that for a while. And I mean, I don't know, you just gotta like play it by ear. So like, say you do it for a week and then you're like, okay, let me try this week, you know? I don't know how long it takes. It's probably different for everybody. Just listen to your body and like focus on, okay, am I hungry? Am I thirsty? You know, am I full? Just pay attention to your body, because it will tell you what it wants and what it needs. Okay, so I love a good 50-50 plate. I know people look at me like I'm so crazy, like, why did you put broccoli in your oatmeal? I used to have it on the side, but one day I mixed it in there and it was actually pretty good. I also do like cauliflower in the oatmeal, or I'll have like a green smoothie, which is like kind of difficult right now, only because it's so cold outside as I'm sitting here in a crop top. But yeah, 50-50 plates are good for weight loss, but also good for like a lifestyle. Greens are so good for you, and that's something that you should continue to eat even if you're not in weight loss mode. They're so good for you, and they really fill you up and you're able to get in all your micronutrients from eating your greens, and lots of fiber and everything. So keep eating your greens. Okay, so simple is the best way to go. I know that there's like a lot of recipes, and sometimes I make recipes, I'm like, ooh, how do I make this fancy, or like this sauce, or like this drizzle, or you know, this recipe of like even like cupcakes or cookies, trying to figure something out like that. I think a lot of people get overwhelmed because there's like, oh, I need to try this, I need to try that, when really it's a very basic diet. Have half of your plate be greens, half of it be potatoes. Simple. And then I wanted to talk to you guys about, oh, that's not in this section, is it? No, I will talk to you guys a little bit later about like my go-to meals, which I'm pretty sure you've seen like a million of at this point. But yes, simple is best. Obviously, like you have those like days where you're like, okay, I want to make a cookie, or I want to make a brownie recipe, or like something fun to keep like creative and like keep you into it and keep you interested. But simple is best, honestly. And it's so cheap. It's like dirt cheap. I spent like $38 in one of my videos on like potatoes and like just a whole bunch of like fresh produce. Whereas if I were eating like the junk food vegan way that I was eating before, I probably would have spent like $100 and something on like the cheese and the butter and the plant-based whatever the heck I was eating. So it's way cheaper to eat potatoes and broccoli than it is for the junk food. So steer that way. Another thing is, I still enjoy my sweets so much, and I think that you should too. No, I mean, like, it's supposed to be a lifestyle change. I get that. Especially if you're trying to lose weight, I get that. But you still have to live your life. You know, if you have a sweet tooth like I do, enjoy your sweet tooth. I mean, don't eat the whole thing, obviously, but definitely enjoy. I have a dessert, what is it called? A dessert video. I'll put it up here somewhere. But it's me making STARCH Solution desserts. Like, some of them come from the book. There are recipes in the back of here, which I really enjoy making. So if you guys want to see some more of those, like any specific ones, please let me know, because I love making recipes from there, and I think you guys like it too. Moving right along with our list here. What does that say? Like, I was writing so fast last night, like literally looks like gibberish. Like, I don't know what that says. So this is an important one. I talk to a lot of you guys on my Instagram, or even on like in the YouTube comments, about like, I'm like so off track and whatever. I would say give it a really good go before you give up. It's amazing the correlation between your food and your mood. in like how you feel and like your confidence and all that stuff, give it a go. And obviously there's a lot of trial and error that's involved. I know I talked to someone and she's like, on the weekends, I let myself have like popcorn with like, obviously it has oil. Not obviously, because not all of them, but it has oil in it and like lots of like other things, you know? And I believe she also said she's at her goal weight. And so it's like, there's a lot of trial and error. So give it a good go, like a good shot before you give up. I know trying anything new can be so difficult and almost daunting, but trust me, you can do it. And it's so worth it. Obviously this one is, I mean, I feel like we don't need to say it. I talk about it all the time. Stay hydrated. And if you do not like plain water, I would add lemon in there, lime in there. You can add cucumber. You can add like some of these little tiny cuties in there. You can spice up your water. I also love LaCroix if you guys like sparkling water instead of still. I feel like sometimes though, it just makes me feel really bloated and I'm not into that all the time. But yeah, that's a really good, it has a lot of flavor. It's not sweet, but the flavor is there. So yeah, give that a try. I noticed that I got the Mio because there's 0 calorie when I was like counting calories like a psycho. And I say like a psycho because I was like counting the pretzel sticks. My mom was like really concerned about me. So I've been there, done that. But yeah, I got the Mio and it gave me like a huge headache. So we're not doing that anymore. Just plain water for me and lots of tea. I love so much. The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was stock up. And what I mean by that is like buy things like in bulk. Like I buy a huge thing of potatoes, I buy a huge thing of oats, and a huge bag of my favorite vegetables, and then a huge thing of spinach that I freeze, and then I have another one for salads. So that right there I have any kind of potato that I want. Like if I want to make fries or like mashed potatoes or whatever the case may be there. I also love sweet potatoes for dessert. They're so sweet. The ones from Costco are amazing, and Aldi. I have my greens for like the week or however big the bag is. I have stuff for smoothies with just those like 4 or 5 things I named. So there's a lot of like wiggle room there. So if you stay stocked on all these things, you're like, okay, you can just grab something to go or like meal prep if that's your thing. I feel like that's not my thing because I want something new like every day. It's kind of bad. But yeah, I mean, be prepared so that when you are hungry, you have something healthy and nourishing to fuel your body with. So now I'm gonna just chat a little bit about things that are new for me. So I don't know if I talked about this in my last video or what, but I want to, but I want to start walking. I can't even think of her name. I think it starts with like a J. She has a whole YouTube channel and she's like walk the weight off, and even in here he's talks about like 30-minute walks instead of like lifting weights like I do. Obviously I love lifting weights, as you guys can see. I love it, and that's just for me. Don't feel like you have to do what I do or what anyone else does. I say your best bet is to find something that you absolutely love that you will keep going back to time and time again. And if that doesn't look like anyone else's sport or activity or exercise, so be it. It's really all about you sticking to it for a lifetime, so that you can remain healthy and active and live a long life, you know? So walking, I'm gonna add in there. I love being outside. I just hate that it's so cold right now. So definitely added that in. I did a walk today. I did the 30-minute like 10 incline. I think most of the walk was on 9 incline though. And it was really nice. I sweat a lot. I think I burned like 300 calories, and then I just did some abs and came home. And today's usually like my rest day, but I like to make it like active rest day. So that's something new. Tea, lots of tea. And I have been switching my iced coffee most days for matcha. I don't know what that's about, but I'm loving it. I think I have my matcha tagged in my Amazon storefront, which is always in the description box below. I use that little like milk frother thing to froth oat milk and like a little bit of creamer, and then I use like sugar in the raw, I believe it is, that brown sugar. So yeah, very good. I love matcha lattes. And I need to make some veggie soup, My good friend, I'll put her name on the screen. She comments on every video. She's like super sweet. Actually, let me like look her up. It's like SYL, I don't know. And watch, now that I want to find her comment, I probably won't be able to find it. She suggested like a long time ago to reach my goal weight to incorporate soups, so like a broth and like a whole bunch of veggies in there before I eat my meal, which I need to make that like today-ish. I love having veggie soup, so that's going to be something new as well. So next thing is my go-to meals. I'm gonna run through quickly and then that's it. So broccoli and potatoes, I make that all the time. I get those little tiny potatoes from Kroger. Actually, you know what? Let's do this in the kitchen. So go-to meals, which you guys have seen a million times. I get any kind of frozen broccoli. My skin is struggling right now because I was eating too much oil this weekend. Like, look at that. This is why I don't eat oil anymore. Okay, any frozen broccoli I get, and then I get these like cute little potatoes. These are like $1 at the store. Southern style hash browns. They're like tiny little nuggets. I just toss those in the air fryer and it's the perfect meal. 50-50 plate, done. Soup, I love soup. Definitely go-to meal of mine. I just make, I think I have like a kale potato soup recipe. And I'll put that like up here somewhere. Chili, I just made the chili and I put the recipe in my Instagram. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you guys go do that, because if I don't post on YouTube, that's how I communicate with you guys, there or on my community tab. So make sure you guys are keeping up with both of those. A sushi bowl. So I love doing cucumber, broccoli, and the broccoli is warm, and then I mix liquid aminos and my lightly seasoned rice vinegar. A little bit of these goes a long way, so I just mix a little bit together in a bowl, and then I will cook some rice in my rice cooker. It's like the most amazing meal ever, and it's so easy. Obviously you can add like sesame seeds or like tomatoes on top, or even eat it with like the little seaweed wraps, but I'm not really a fan of those, so I just eat it like that and it's amazing. Smoothies, you guys know my smoothie recipe. If I share it with you guys one more time, I bet you guys can, the ones who've been here for a while can probably recite this recipe, but it's like the easiest thing ever. I do frozen mangoes, I do a full banana, frozen spinach or fresh spinach, I do oat milk, water, or almond milk, usually almond milk, and lime juice. My favorite smoothie ever, my go-to. Bay oats, I had those this morning, which I showed you guys, or I will show you guys. And dessert, I just made cupcakes the other day. Amazing. Or you can make something like oat balls or like oat cookies, something a little bit more like hearty and healthier for you. I always have my water and tea and my matcha. So yeah, I think that's it. I kind of want to show you guys what I look like, but like literally I just ate, and like this isn't going to be like the most amazing representation of what I look like right now, but like my arms today, like ma'am, not that I like really am trying to like get super swole arms, but yeah, this is what I'm looking like. And obviously, like, I don't know, I'm like trying to get abs out here, I don't know. Okay, but anyway, like I said, I just ate, but I can also insert some pictures for you guys at the end of the video so you can see like really what I look like, because you know I didn't empty the tank this morning. If you know, you know. So yeah, that makes a really big difference on me because my torso is only like so big. There's a lot of things that have to fit in this like tiny little space. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you.
Baby, I've been thinking about the things we said. Oh yeah. And maybe we'd be better off being just friends. Oh yeah. kind